focused much more on pushing rather than straight up fights, 5v5 fights. So it looks like Kingdra do want to go for these early fights with this lineup now.
Fly will join Big Daddy No-Tail in the mid lane, and it'll be rather annoying. He can't stick around too long. We'll end up going to the top lane instead to help out Resolution. In fact, Jabs was the only one around, so he will save a bit of XP for himself, but Charlie will join him now. And they aren't actually running a tri-lane anymore, but rather they're running a dual lane, and Rezo will immediately switch lanes to the bot. This is probably the smart decision. They do put the Tiny S4, he will go to the top himself. And I mean, you would assume that, you know, the PL wouldn't want to be against the Batrider, but against the tri-lane, you definitely don't. Like, you've got no chance to right-click, or farm for that matter, if you are stuck there. No-Tail. We'll see what kind of build he goes for. Like, sometimes you do see the max the Arcane Orb. Sometimes you do see the max the Astral Imprisonment. I mean, this time around, there's probably no real point in maxing the Arcane first, but rather just get the max Astral. We will see what he opts for, but I imagine he won't go for the max Arcane early.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he would. I mean, he could probably dominate the lane quite well with enough levels in Astral, so I feel like that's what we're going to see out of him.
Well, I mean, Skywrath is a pretty squishy hero, so assuming you can get in range to actually commit the Astral, then she's going to be able to sustain long, but at the same time, Cancel is being very frustrating on that Skywrath. And, well, bot lane, they do try to go for a gank attempt onto Jabs, but the shard was not quite there from Jerax. We'll end up backing off. Fly will stick around with the bot laner. Again, try to help out Rezo. And ultimately, every lane looks fairly even, right? Like, S4's probably going to have a few issues. But then again, he's one of those offlaners where he doesn't really seem to care. Like, he always finds farm and levels out of nowhere. Even in the worst matchups, he's just one of those players that you just have confidence that he'll always manage to make it happen.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he shouldn't have too hard of a time here as well up against Lifestealer, although, yeah, it's a dual melee lineup. Lifestealer can do a lot more damage, especially if he times his rage properly. But otherwise, it kind of just draws even, and that's looks to be the story of the game right now. Both sides are just playing rather conservatively, nothing big happening yet, no ganks really coming out just yet, and both sides just kind of content to fight each other for farm.
Well, they might actually find Cancel in the mid lane. The shards again do end up missing. A nice little dodge from Cancel. Here comes a snowball now. Jerax, he wants to go for this. No-Tail is moving up as well. They do have the Astral and the Arcane Orb level 1 is there, but it's not enough damage quite yet, and now Cancel turns this around. Jerax, he could be in trouble, and he could give away first blood right now, and it looks like he will. Cancel will find it. Again, we saw this in the first game, right? Like, you try to make something happen onto the Cancel, and it just never works. In fact, excuse the pun, but he always seems to cancel it out, and always end up finding the kill for himself.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's just really hard to kill in the mid lane. He manages to just turn these ganks around. It was rather optimistic, I feel, for Jerax to go for that snowball, even after he missed the shards. Sure, the Skywrath Mage is very squishy, but he can deal a lot of damage early on with how, you know, efficient Arcane Bolt is, so they have to be careful when going for these ganks.
I want to draw your attention to the bot lane, because it looks like Bamboo's actually been forced out of there. Resolution has pretty much got free reign over the bot lane right now. It's a bit strange. Like, he is full HP. I'm not sure what Bambo's up to. In fact, he's going to move to the top lane now. Though he is still only level 3, so I'm not sure what they're trying to do here. And Chabs is moving back, so it looks like they just want to switch lanes all over again. They will go for a gank though on S4. He's trying to fight this the best he can, and he deals quite a bit of damage, but he will end up dropping. And so a nice rotation and kill from Bambo. Are they going to switch the lanes around? It's just not very often you see a Batrider rotate at level 3. They will find him. Jerax will be there. Shards and Snowball available, and there's no Firefly available for Bambo. Though Burr, you will be around to help out just in case. But while all this is happening, Resolution still remains in the bot lane free farming. And he is at the top of the last hits by far now. this could be somewhat problematic. Like, Jabs cannot stop him from farming in this, in the off lane.
Yeah, it's rather curious they choose to give Resolution a free lane, opting instead to pressure S4, but I'm not sure if you want a really farmed early game PL to deal with.
They will go on to cancel. The shards do not connect, although it does block the pathing quite well from Jerax. Now Buryu, though, trying to go after N0tail. The Astral was there. Cancel is pretty low, but he'll be alright for the time being because Bambo is also joining in again. Well, N0tail, he'll get healed up by Fly, so he won't really have to back off. This roaming Batrider we're seeing, though, I mean, he's moving his way to the pot lane now, but he literally just spent the last 2-3 minutes doing this, and he's still practically doing it. He's still roaming.
Yeah, it's rather curious. Maybe they just want to give Jab some XP, but I'm not sure if he can even walk up to XP range safely. So it's rather curious what you're doing with Bambo, opting to have him active early, trying to find kills, and now he's a full 2 levels behind Resolution.
He is indeed. It looks like he will join the lane again, so they do end up switching the lanes, and he will Firefly. This could be bad for him because Jerax is around, and they are going to end up finding Jabs. The Snowball available. Nice little shards coming up from Jerax, and well, Jabs should really just end up dropping here, although here comes Buryu to try and help out. Jerax should be the return, but the Snowball comes in, and he will go to the creeps. Quick thinking by Jerax not to go after Bambo, and now Buryu copying a fair bit of damage, but Red will have to back off. But a very nice play from Jerax, right? Like, most of the time you see the Snowball going towards the hero, and you saw Bambo back off immediately assuming that, but it was not the case.
Yeah, nice little play by him. No kills coming out, but not costing your life is a pretty big win by itself, and they really are slowing down Bambo by forcing him to rotate early on.
Going again. They've smoked up this time. They are probably going to go for the mid lane, N0tail. He's already copying a bit of damage here. The shards coming to Jerax. He's trying to help out. They have got cancel in place, but here comes the cavalry. Can they find the kill onto N0tail? He does astral himself for the time being, though. Jerax, he snowbirds as well. Everyone's just trying to get out. What the hell is that? N0tail? What was that?
Oh, probably a visual bug.
Well, it was more than visual. It looks like they'll go after Bambo. Nice toss from S4, and they will end up going for Bambo. Yeah, he's probably going to drop the sigil. Is slowing him down quite a bit. In fact, no, they stopped moving it. Creeps also blocking N0tail's way, and they will not actually find this kill. Jerax, meanwhile, finds Buryu at the bot lane, and it looks like they're going to try and go for a play onto Charlie. In fact, no, they're not. It's only S4 and Fly. They'll leave him be. Buryu, he's getting chased up. Snowball comes in. Rezo is there as well, and well, there's no help around. He does go to those neutrals though, and they will not be able to find it. Even the shards coming in to block the way, and these poor ancients just want to walk out of their house for a moment. Couldn't do so for a while. And Rezo will actually rotate himself now, and he's going to go have to cancel a bit. In fact, no, he'll take over the mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, Resolution so far ahead that he could probably bully cancel if he wanted to, and he hits like a truck. Skywrath Mage really doesn't have too much armor or HP, so if they decided to dedicate Resolution there, I wouldn't be surprised, but it looks like he's just gonna walk back down to the bot lane and keep pressure on Bambo.
Looks like Jerax again will be there. Bambo already committing that Firefly, and it's gonna wear out in just a moment. Rezo moving forward through the fire. Jerax on the uphill, and well, where does Bambo go now? Absolutely nowhere is the answer. Well, the shards do connect, and yeah, Bambo will end up dropping. They'll give the kill to Resolution as well. That will be a 3-3, a fairly even game still. But in terms of farm and levels, Rezo is getting way too far ahead.
He definitely is, and I feel like this is not the early game Kindra wants. Their lineup is really geared to start going for these early ganks, but their supports don't have the levels up. Bambo definitely does not have the levels nor the farm to sustain rotating like that, and it's just looking to be really rough for their lineup when they want to be online earlier.
Well, Bambo TP straight back bot, but he's already lost over half his HP to Rezo. And he can just do this again. He hasn't actually gone for the max Spirit Lance, but rather he's max Phantom Rush and the Doppel. This is quite clever from him. He will begin pushing that tier 1 as well. Bambo, well, he's going to stick around to try and defend, but he's going to need some help. There's no rotations quite yet, and he's still level 5, so no lasso available. Meanwhile, mid lane as well, they're going on to cancel again. S4 will be there. He's going to toss Jerax in by the looks of it. And there it is, the toss in. Suddenly you've got a Warris on you now, cancel. He's just stuck, and he should end up dropping with the cancel, yeah. He won't end up dropping quite easily. Meanwhile, bot lane, it looks like Bambo again trying to help out in saving this tier 1 tower. But all he can really do is walk in with a Firefly. And Resolution will just walk back and pretty much take it. In fact, the Siege Creep will take it off him, which is a bit rude. S4, meanwhile, will find Jabs by himself. But the map is being taken over by the dire end. Jerax again mid lane will spot out Buryu. S4 waiting calmly with his 2 mangoes in case he gets hungry later on. Buryu now will go after the Sigil, and Jerax is literally baiting with this, it looks like, although he will back off. Nice chance to block the way again. Meanwhile, Bambo, he finds a nice lasso onto Flying the Oracle, and that's the one they needed. No false promise for him. Meanwhile, it looks like S4 just going to try and TP out, and he will make it in time. The Infest was not enough damage. So they do end up losing their position 5 Oracle. And that is a little win for Kingdra, but I don't feel like they're going to mind too much for a lasso commitment at least. Looks like Cancel, meanwhile, does get caught out. The snowball is there, and well, he has teammates. They can probably help him out nicer. Well, the damn Flame Break is the skill name. Cancel will end up dropping. It looked like he was going to be able to get out, but not the case. He's pushing this tier 1 mid.
Yeah, I mean, it looked worthwhile for Kingdra early on when he took out Fly, but when you lose Cancel like that, where, you know, you really want him to go online early, it's really not worthwhile anymore. I mean, Kingdra is falling pretty far behind. I feel like they need to buy some space for Bambo to at least farm up his Blink drums, and then maybe they can start going for these ganks again.
Well, they are going to go mid lane. No-Tail, he does cop the ice